I have attended many workshops on stress, and this one came to me I was invited by Lise, met Lise, and Lise invited me to the session, and I was so stressed out at the time that I almost didn't come. I was too stressed out to go to a stress session. And as soon as I entered the room, the layout was very different than other sessions that I attended. It was circle, there wasn't a PowerPoint presentation set up, there wasn't handouts, there wasn't tables and notebooks. It was a circle formation. And the way it began was by Matt telling his story. And he has a way about him that was able to create a really safe place, and without having academic credentials being the highlight, he talked about his story, which was really shocking and profound, I think, it really caught everybody's interest in the room. And he created a space for everybody to just kind of relax, I think, and that was really essential. It was different from other sessions that I had attended before. And he asked us what we were stressed out about. And we went around the room talking about our stress, and then Matt or Lise asked us what we were afraid of, and that's where it moved in a direction at a deeper level than any sessions I've attended before. It wasn't, take a bath more often, go for a walk, do something for you. They really got inside each person. What was it really? What are you afraid of, and what's stopping you from being all that you could be? So, in essence, besides creating a safe place, he was able to ask the right questions and then stay with you. So in the format that this type of work rolls out in, it's safe, but also you can't run and you can't hide. He's really asking you questions that maybe you've never asked yourself, or certainly maybe nobody else has asked you. And each person takes their turn answering those questions, and when they do that, the level of honesty and trust and safety and vulnerability is thick in the air. It's thick in the air. And if you've never experienced being heard before, really heard, you experience being heard. And I think it's that follow-up question when you're asked a question that you really have to think about, and that's either you're really afraid to answer or look at, he stays with you. And he may ask you another question that gets even deeper. And then he'll move on to the next person, and you have some time. And you get to hear other people's stories as well. And you get to understand what your story is, maybe for the first time. For me, it was definitely the first time that I realized that my stress and my behavior was not my kids, was not working too much. There was layers and layers of things. It was more than that. Those were just kind of symptoms on the surface. And I left that session that day changed and triggered, and it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good thing. It was a scary thing, and a shift happened that I wasn't anticipating, and a shift happened that I never experienced in any other stress session or professional development session until this one. And the shift caused me to contact Matt professionally by phone and by email maybe a week or two or three after the session. And since then, I have made some major life changes, and we have continued to work together 3 or 4 times. And Matt and Lise have worked with me, and Matt has worked with my family as well through this transition that we're going through. And it really is, once you face some of your fears, I think, and what you're afraid of, it opens up a whole new dimension to who you really are. And there's no going back. There's no looking back, and there's no going back. And again, that's not necessarily a good thing, because the work is hard. The work is hard, but it's honest, and it's real, and it's powerful.